Allow me to give this communication tribute in honor of the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, EGH, former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya and the leader of the Orange Democratic Movement. Honorable members, we convene today under extremely unique and difficult circumstances. It is with profound sorrow and a deep sense of loss that we mourn the passing of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, a son of the great county of Siaya, one of the Kenya's most consequential political leaders, a statesman of great courage, and a steadfast champion of democracy, justice, and unity. Honorable members, for over 5 decades, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga shaped our political conversation by dedicating his life to the service of our nation. From his early years in public life, he stood firm against oppression and tirelessly fought for the rights and freedoms of many that many Kenyans enjoy today. His unwavering commitment to the ideals of democracy, equity, and good governance earned him an admirable feature both at home and across the world. Honorable members, the ideals which the Right Honorable Odinga stood for were clearly embodied in his speech delivered in this House on the 7th of August, 2015, where he called upon members of this House to view themselves as servants of the people, and together with the county executive work towards bettering the lives of the people of this great county of Siaya. Honorable members, as a county assembly, we are honored to be sitting in this chamber, which was officially unveiled by the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. This should inspire our contributions in this House and evoke our collective consciousness and leadership and governance in this country. We further attribute the excellent leadership in this county to mentorship by the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Honorable members, as Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya between 2008 and 2013, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga played a pivotal role in national reconciliation and institutional reforms, following one of the most challenging periods in our political history. His leadership, wisdom, and devotion to dialogue over division left an indelible mark on our national journey. Honorable members, with eternal gratitude, we remember Prime Minister Raila Odinga's patriotic journey in the public service of our nation. We credit him for being instrumental in the creation of the 2010 Constitution, which established a devolved system of governance, which we seated here in this House are beneficiaries of. Honorable members, there can be no doubt that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga was the most significant and consequential leader of our democratic experiment. He carried himself with courage and grace, and in his voice, sometimes fiery, sometimes soft, always echoed with purpose. From his role in the introduction of multi-party politics in 1992 to launching the Building Bridges initiative, the Prime Minister Raila Odinga fought for constitutional reforms that sought to relinquish executive power and share resources more equitably with the masses. Honorable members, we mourn the loss of an iconic leader and statesman, one of the nation's greatest treasures, a true beacon of hope and resilience, who dedicated his life to the service of the Kenyan people. Honorable members, in these dark and trying times, on behalf of the County Assembly of Siaya, Public Service Board, County Service Board, and indeed on my own behalf, I pay tribute to this great fallen Kenyan hero and convey our sincere condolences and deepest sympathies to Her Excellency Mama Ida Odinga, Rosemary, Winnie, and Junior. Our thoughts and prayers also go to Dr. Buru Oginga, the entire Jaramogi family, and indeed the nation at large, for this great loss of not only a cherished figure, but also a relentless advocate for justice and democracy. Honorable members, in honor of the selfless service rendered to this community and the nation at large by Prime Minister Raila Odinga, I request that we all stand and observe a moment of silence in his honor. Thank you. You can get seated. Soul rest in eternal peace. In his commemoration, I direct that the speech of the late Honorable Raila Odinga, delivered in this House on 7th of August 2015, be relayed on the table of this House for future reference.
Naweza kuongea mengi kwa sababu Raila namjua vizuri. Raila was my mentor. Raila ni semeji yangu. Na nilianza kitambo sana na baba ya Raila. Kama Raila bado wako in detention. Nimeanza na Jaramogi siasa 1991. Akileta multi-party in Kenya. Tulikuwa kwa party inaitwa Ford Original. I know other people just know Ford Kenya. Nilivai for 2 terms. Sikufaulu. Nilionelea niwachane na siasa. Nikaingia kwa kanisa. Mandugu zanguni, kuingia kwa hii nyumba ni baba yangu Raila. Sikujua naweza kushika kitabu niinue juu. Ni baba yangu Raila. Na sikumuuliza hata, sikumuuliza. Nilistuka tu. Rafiki yangu Ida aliuliza, ni mnajua tu Nyamwalo Makarunda. They didn't know my name. They just Wilfred Arunda. Nikirudi nyuma da Raila akiwa kwa jela. Ida. Nyego! 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 Lord, my God! Ilikuanga every Saturday weekend. Tunaenda huko na mzee yangu. Nabeba corn beef box moja. Na maziwa box moja. Paka watoto walikuwa naita bwana yangu. Uncle corn beef. Hii kuniita niwe nominated MCA. Sikujua, hata wakukuwa nataka nijue. Sababu vile walikuwa nakumbuka. Nyeka alikuwa nasema, Frida, semeji yako ananiuliza jina yako na siwezi kumbuka. Nilijua tu Nyamwalo Makarunda. Watu walikuwa wananiuliza, wananiambia wewe umekuwa nominated. Nikasema pana. Na pande gani? Sababu kuna siku nilisa apply for nomination. Sikupata. Ati jina yako iko kwa gazeti, nilisema hapana. Hawakukuwa wanataka nijue. Semeji alinikumbuka tu. Ile kasi nilianza na baba yake. Walirudi wakapikia daktari. Daktari ndiye alirudi kuniuliza jina. Full name. Waliniambia tuma kwa message. Kabla sijatuma napigiwa simu ati hiyo ni jina inatakikana haraka. Sema tu. Mimi nikasema sikujua naenda kufanya na nini. Semeji yangu Raila Odinga, nafanya niko na gari. Naweza endesha gari. Sikujua in my life naweza kuwa na gari yangu. Mwana Raila Winyaleko. Buda lot kibul. Chuma dolotek. Kidole ti chwake. Raila ukne chwakre. Raila kilo kwe Kenya. Raila kilo devolution. Jihado. Vile nilisikia hii jambo sikuamini. Hata saa hii sijamini. Ati Raila anaweza kulala kwa sanduku. Sijamini. Nikiambiwa sijamini. Semeji ni ndigikwe. Semeji ni ndigikwe. Lakini Aida, nyie kama Aida, Nyego, amelinda Raila. Sio bibi tu. Ni bibi ile hata kama Raila anaingia kwa gari. Akikataa anatoa driver na anakaa kwa gari. Anaanza kuendesha, anaenda na Raila kwa nyumba. Sasa hiyo Raila amesha change, anaenda mahali ingine. Na Raila mwenyewe pia alikuwa na mtii. Nimekuwa na Raila. Ilikuwa tukienda Lang'ata kukampeni, kumwambia Raila Lang'ata ni mbaya. Kuja Kibira. Siku moja nilimwambia kama ameshakata tiketi ya kuenda India. Raila alikata hiyo tiketi ili akuje Kibira, asikie Kibira iko na nini. Semeji yangu. Nyasaye manie polo malo ng'e gimotimo. Saa ikifika utaenda, hata second mwenyewe itapita. Utaenda hata misa hii vile nimesimama, saa yangu ikiisha nitalala. Lakini Mwenyezi Mungu alinde Mama Aida. Alinde Mama Aida. Na vile hata yeye anajua Mungu, Mama Aida, kuwa na Mungu yako. Kuwa na Mungu yako. Mungu anajua the reason why amechukua semeji yangu. Semeji, Mungu akubariki na ulale in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, and sorry for the pain.
Mr. Speaker, I happen to have been that much closer to Jacom. And Mr. Speaker, I have spent much of my youthhood with the Jacom, Raila Odinga. We have gone under trenches, Mr. Speaker, I can say so. And Mr. Speaker, everyone is aware. Those who have happened to have known me earlier, before I graduated from that youthhood thing to where I am now, Mr. Speaker, Honorable. Mr. Speaker, my heart is heavy, and I can say that if I was to speak, to give a tribute of Jacob, Mr. Speaker, I have a lot to share on what we have underwent during our youthhood. Mr. Speaker, I would only say that all in all it has happened, but let us allow Jacob to rest well, and we wish all Kenyans well. All that I can say is let us pray for unity for our county and our country as a whole, Mr. Speaker. Let Jacob's soul rest in peace.
My name is Honorable Mercedes Scholastica Mado, MCA Southeast Alego. First of all, I just want to start by owning Baba. Baba is a product of Southeast Alego. He was born by a mother from Southeast Alego, from Randago, and we are mourning him in a special way. We have lost our son, our grandson, our nephew. So the people of Alego, the people of Southeast Alego are mourning in a special way because our blood runs in his blood, and we share in the struggles that he has gone through as a liberator of this country. Yesterday was a dark day in Kenya when news started streaming in of the death of Baba. It was unbelievable to most of us. Even now, most of us are in denial because Baba was a larger-than-life figure. He was an enigma. In his struggle for liberation, he has faced many attempts at his life, many times, and he's always been a step ahead of the masters of his doom. And because of that, we knew and believed that Raila was immortal. That is where the name Enigma came from. So when yesterday news came in, it was like, who said that? How can it happen? And then, as Christians, we had to pray and really come to terms with the reality that he was actually immortal. We thank God on behalf of the people of Kenya that God has seen it wise to take his life at a time when Kenya is at peace. Imagine if Raila had died now and Kenya was in turmoil, was at war, like we almost were. But God had ordained that he was going to take him from this world when there was peace, and peace that only he was able to bring into this country. We look back now, and many of us acknowledge, and now look at the wisdom, the father wisdom that God gave him to do what was unthinkable. Many of us didn't like the decision that he took. But now in hindsight, we just see that it was wisdom from God that this happened, that we have peace now. And even as we mourn him in a very peaceful environment. We want to send him off peacefully. And so in the words of St. Paul to the Corinthians, I admonish at death and say, oh death, where is your sting? Oh death, where is your sting? And oh grave, where is your victory? Because the spirit of Raila Odinga continues to live in this country now. And my prayer is that when the history is written, that the truth, from the positive side, because for many years Raila was seen as a troublemaker. But all these sacrifices have come and collected themselves now. And we appreciate him even more than before. The whole country is mourning. I, for one, has had the privilege of living outside the country. And I can tell you, my colleagues, the privileges that we as citizens of Kenyans are enjoying, the civil rights that we have as Kenyans, the civil liberties that we have as Kenyans, courtesy of the struggle of Raila Odinga. Many countries are still in the dark. Freedom of speech, freedom of the media, these are things we take for granted. These are the memories that we cherish, that will live in us, and these are the stories we should tell our people. That the struggle continues, but even as the struggle continues, we have to appreciate where it has come from. God will give us other leaders because Raila has nurtured leaders. There is no vacuum of leadership. We have walked the journey as a people, and we know the benefit of standing together. And this is the time to stand together. In conclusion, I am a staunch Catholic, and I've read the doctrines of the Catholic Church. And in these writings, saints come from us. And I speak this, and I say this to the Catholic Church. Saints live among us. And saints are people who transform lives in ways that even they cannot understand because God uses them. I want to appeal to the Catholic Church to consider elevating Right Honorable Raila Odinga into sainthood. Because I believe strongly that the work he has done in Kenya is not a work for a human being, except from God.